Okay, so we'll now discuss a special type of force, which is a so far what the conservative force that we have used in our problem is the gravitational force. Okay, it's a conservative force. So itong when we say a conservative force, meaning that there is a corresponding potential energy associated with it. But when the force is non-conservative, there's no potential energy associated with it. For example, friction you don't have a potential energy that's associated with friction, tension, whatever is that, what do you call this one? Non-conservative forces. But for all conservative forces, there are associated potential. And the force that we're going to discuss now is this elastic force. Okay, the elastic force is at least not all of elastic force, at least in the elementary level. You can think of the elastic force as related to elasticity. When something is elastic, you can stretch it, you can compress it. Okay, meaning when we speak of elasticity, we have what we call an equilibrium configuration, and then once you stretch it or compress it, you have now a non-equilibrium condition. So, for example, for a spring, okay, this is the spring. You can attach anything to this one, to this edge. That is the equilibrium of the spring. It lies on a surface. Now, as you notice, if you pull the string, there is this what we call ability of the string to go back to the original configuration, to the equilibrium. Okay, meaning if you stretch the spring on this side, there is that force, we call that force, which actually tends to pull it, di ba? If you pull there's something that's opposing your pull, and that pull is directed towards the equilibrium. And if you compress the spring on this side, again, it's something that pushes against you. Okay? Iaanan mo siya dito. And there's that force that pushes against you, and that's directed on this side. Okay? We call this actually one of the, that is what we call a restoring force. Restoring force, to restore. Okay? To go back to the equilibrium. So that means that this is unlike tension, in which tension is always directed at some direction against the mass or pulley, and friction is always directed, at least the friction that we have discussed, it's always directed opposite to the motion, to the velocity. Okay? But elastic force can change in direction. It's always directed towards the equilibrium. Okay? Towards a certain point. And this is actually one of the characteristics of a conservative force, is that there is this what we call some sort of a well, it could be possibly many, but there is this something that it points to a certain point. At every point, the force is, well, anyway, the force is direction man good. So, on this side, it points towards the left. If you're on the right, if you're on the left, it points towards the right. That force is actually what we call, that's a type of what we call a restoring force. But technically, to be specific, there are lots of many restoring forces, and one of that is the elastic force. That is the elastic force. We call that Fe. Okay? And by elastic force, we will use now the paradigm that we use now a paradigm that's used in the, at least in the most cases, which is, okay, we call this Hooke's law. Okay? So Hooke's law, I don't know if I spell it correctly. Ako na lang yung isang basin sa'yo pag spelling mo, ulawan ta sa itong mga subscribers. So, it's Hooke's law. Yeah, I think it's H-O-O-K-E. I'm not good at spelling. It says that the elastic force is related. What do you observe in a spring? The more you stretch it, the greater is the pull on the other, di ba? and stretching and stretching. It's not the same. Stretching it a bit will take a bit of force, and then increase nimo, there's an increase in force. Okay? Now that relationship of increase could be anything. Okay? Meaning that you can think of this as that means that this must be a function of x, where x is a displacement. In one dimension, that would be the displacement. That's a vector, the displacement from the equilibrium. So x here can be negative or positive. So this force must be a function of x. Now, what is a function, an f of x that is increasing as x increases? So there are many. Okay? There are many types of forces such that it will increase as x increases. Linear, quadratic, cubic, or even non-polynomial functions like square root of x, and so on. But the paradigm that we are using is that this is a linear function of, we want this to be a linear function of x, and that would be some x, some constant of proportionality, plus some b, di ba? Kx plus b. Because just to emphasize that this is a linear function. It's a line. Okay? This is a linear function, right? Mx plus b. Okay? K now is what we call K is the spring constant. B is something that is, how do we determine B? What is the force when the spring is at equilibrium? That would be 0. That means that B must be equal to 0 for a spring. Okay? So for that, we will now remove B. So that means now the elastic force is just Kx. But then we have to denote that it always opposes the direction of the displacement. If the displacement is to the right, the force is to the left. If the displacement of the equilibrium, to the right of the equilibrium, if the displacement is to the left of the equilibrium, what is the force? To the right. That means that it must oppose the sign of x. So this must be, we have to put negative there. So now we have our elastic force. The elastic force, according to this paradigm, the Hooke's law is minus Kx. Okay? So what is the unit of K? Since this is in meter, K must have a unit of Newton per meters. So let's analyze this one. For example, if you have a spring of constant 100, okay? 100 Newton per meter, that means in order to stretch it by 1 meter, you will need how much force? 100 newtons of force. Okay? How about 2 meters? Then you will need 200. That's why you just have to multiply it, right? So that's how much force? That's what that is called the spring constant. Okay? And usually it's given. It's given for every material, depends on spring, it's given. It's as a constant. It's an internal property of a material. In a more advanced physics, you can derive actually this very principle, this Hooke's law. Okay, I actually have a video on that, pero sa dili sa university physics, in the higher physics, I derive it using streams of, actually using some, what we call this one, continuum mechanics. It requires some more advanced mathematics, but then, as of for now, in this one, we just accept this one. It's like an empirical, kumbaga pa, empirical siya nga pag-evaluate. But this is reasonable, right? But this is just an assumption, because that, in many cases, that might not be linear. That might be quadratic, right? Or that might be a root, square root, cube root of something. Okay? But I think in many cases, it's linear. Okay? You can derive it to be linear, at least to some assumption dito sa pag-derive ani in a more advanced physics. Okay? There's a reason, there's a very good reason to approximate. It's an approximation to approximate it to be a linear function. And of course, mathematically, it's actually very easy to deal with this one. Okay? When you solve the differential equation or whatever, you have a linear function. It's much better. You have an equation like this is very easy. Unlike if you have more complicated functions. So that's what I meant by K. Okay? It's the constant, the spring constant. Okay? Take that as a given. Now, okay, just an example. For example, let's say the spring constant is 1,000 newtons per meter. And then the other spring constant is 100 newtons per meter. Which spring is much difficult or much, would take more force to stretch? 100 or 1,000? That would be 1,000 because to stretch it by 1 meter, you need 1,000 newtons of force. Okay, so at least 1,000 newtons of force is approximately 100 kilograms, no? Ihang na nimo. So, let's apply that. Just a basic example. We have here a spring na you can attach some mass here. And the spring constant is, let's say, 200 newtons per meter. Now, in many engineering books actually, sa inyong mechanics pohon, usually ang ginagamit dito kay pounds per inch, mga anak nga kuan. I will not be using that unit. We will use SI here. Okay? So if you find a problem that has a different unit, all you need is conversion. Moro na. Just to convert. But before you use the formula, be sure that the units are compatible. Okay? So anyway, and then you attach a mass. You attach a mass of equal to, let's say, 10 kilograms. The thing is, what is now the equilibrium? I mean, what is the stretch? How will this is the equilibrium. How will the spring, by what amount of the spring will stretch? Okay, from that, I think pwede ninyo mamata-mata, no? Okay, let's just approximate G as 10 meters per second para dali ra pag-calculate. So tanaw ninyo what is the displacement? It will, di ba, mababa siya, no? And here, once you put the mass, this is what is being asked. That stretch. Okay? And by the knowledge, by just knowing the meaning of K, what do you think is the stretch X? It's 200 Newton per meter. Now, you put a 10 kilogram mass, assuming that G is 10, para mas dali ang calculation. What is now X? Negative 500? Naku, apo na 500 meters? Negative 5 meters? Why? That's 200 newtons per meters. What is now the force that you applied to this one? That would be equivalent to the weight, di ba? So what's the weight? No, that's mass. I'm saying that let's take G as 10. So 100. So by what is now the stretch? What is now the stretch? You give it a force of 100 newtons. And it says it's 200 newtons per meter. So what is the deformation? 100 meters? No, do not calculate. This is just, I just look into the meaning kay para diri man gud ang ang pagsabot gyud nga The spring constant is, I'm checking if you understand what is meant by the spring constant. It says it's 200 Newton per meter. Now, you stretch it by adding a mass to it. And the mass is 10 kilograms. Now, let's assume that G is 10 instead of 9.8 para mas dali sa mind, i-calculate. So, what do you think now is the stretch? Ha? 0.5 meters. Okay, very good. 0.5. Because in order to stretch it by 1 meter, what amount of force do you need? 200 newtons. But then you only have 100 newtons, right? So 100 newtons, assuming that G is exactly 10. Now, let's do that by analyzing it, a free body diagram. Let's put the axis. Below is weight. Above is what? This is now FE, right? And notice that FE now, the tension dati is just replaced by FE. Okay? Because we have the elastic force, is the one that holds it. Okay? So by this one, since this is equilibrium, summation of forces. What are the forces? FE minus the weight equals 0. What is FE? This is Kx. And this is equal to minus mg equals 0. Or from here, you get x equals mg over k. Okay? And what is x? That would now be 10 over 200. 100 over 200. 10 times 10. So it's correct, right? This is the that the first one, I asked you to just figure it out because I want you to understand the very concept. Lisod lang mo adto mo diretso dire without even understanding what you're calculating. That is not a good, no, mo nang nakalisod mo pag-abot sa inyohang when we get into more complicated because you cannot dili ninyo siya maano sa very simple things. Sa katong mga kaya pa sa utok ba? Katong kaya ra gani nato i-justify by just mere logic. So, mo tong ganiha, I ask you, that is actually mo na nibot pasabot ani. Okay? Now, of course, formally, this is the solution. Okay? And ganiha is that we know that it will stretch by 0.5 because it says 200 newtons per meter. In 1 meter, it will stretch it by 200 newtons. Now, assuming a linear, that's what it meant to be linear. If by 1 you stretch by 200, meaning by 2 you will stretch by 400. Nakuha ninyo? And then, mo na yung meaning sa linearity. Kaya kung dili na siya linear, if 1 is stretched by 200, for 2, it doesn't mean nga mo times 2 siya. Pag quadratic, mo times 4 siya. No? So that's what we mean by linearity. By linear, when things are linear. Same change, mo man ang line, di ba? What is line? If you change it by 3, this changes by 2. If you change it by 3 again, this will again changes by 2. Bisag asa ka sa x, right? If you change this by 6, this will change by 4. That's why it's called linear. When something is linear. So, muna yung, as of to know, when you say the linear function of, meaning that the change, it doesn't matter where you are in x. The change, as long as the change is the same, the change in the y is also the same. It doesn't happen with any other types of function. Okay? So, that's why also nga, mas dali kung i-model nato siya as linear. Okay, now, let's solve a much more complicated problem. Suppose we have this one. Natay spring dire. And then, we put a mass on the spring such that the spring has stretch. The mass M. And then given theta. I will not put values, but the given here is K, M, and theta. The question is, what is now the stretch of the spring? Frictionless. What is now this stretch? So we are being asked to what is this X? Okay? So to solve this, all we need to do is draw a free body diagram, no? What are the forces? Going there to the equilibrium is Fe. And going here is the weight. Now, Fe is not affected by along Y. We don't need Y here. So summation of force along X is, that is Fe minus weight X. This is equal to 0, right? What is weight X? We already solved this again. Weight X is mg sine theta, right? This one right here, this is weight X. Because this is also theta. If this is theta, this must be theta. So Fe, which is Kx minus mg sine of theta equals 0. So X is equal to mg sine of theta over K. Okay? It would be the same if instead we put the spring is ana, no? Equilibrium. Dayon we put the mass, so the spring now would be compressed, right? It will be the same. It's nothing different. Kuha ninyo? It's nothing different. Because if this is compressed, let's say the spring is here, na-compress siya, asa ang force? Padulong dito gyapon, right? So nothing changed. Now, let's put friction on this one, mu k. Let's put friction. Friction now, meaning, static friction, because this is at rest, mu s. Static friction, meaning now, what will hold the mass is not only the elastic force, but also the friction. So, say may tabo. Well, we need now to solve summation of force along y to find friction, right? Well, solve summation of force along y, that would be, because we need n. So, n minus weight y equals 0. So, n here is just equal to, again, we have solved this many times already. So, I'll just put it mg cosine of theta. So, that our friction, Fs, is just equal to mu mg cosine theta. Now, take the summation of force along x equals, now, the tendency of motion is to fall here. That means that friction, we add friction on the other side, right? Kaya diri man yung tendency to move. Okay? So this is now friction, Fs. But actually, kani siya ang problem. Kaya dili ni siya exact. Because you can argue that maybe friction is going on the other way because Fe is strong. Isa, ginapull niya. Pwede gapon, right? So this is actually quite problematic. That's why when you go to a more advanced mechanics, friction is no longer modeled as mu n. It's actually related to the velocity, a function of the velocity. Okay? Mura siya kx pero ang x kay v. No? Ang x kay v, velocity. That would be friction because this one you can argue diri padulong because the tendency of motion is this, right? Weight. But still, you can argue that, oh, no, it could go that way because maybe friction is helping the weight in order for the elastic force to not to be able to pull it, right? Pwedeng argument. Or the other argument is, no, because friction is going that because it helps the elastic force in what? In maintaining equilibrium. But again, you can also say that no, friction is on the side, this one here, because it helps the weight in preventing the elastic force to move it. Okay? So that's the problem. But here, let's just take it this way. Okay, so if that is the case, then Fe, okay, ay, murag mali na itong sign ganiha, no? This is minus and then plus, no? Okay, pabaliktad siya on the negative x. So anyway, pareho naman gyapon, no? Just to be strict, you get the same sign. So here, minus Fe minus Fs plus weight x equals 0. So this is now minus kx equals, bali na akong Fs diri. So this is mu s mg cosine theta minus mg. Weight x is sine theta, right? So x now is clearly negative diri. So this now becomes sine theta minus mu s cosine theta over k times mg. Naadiri ang mg sa gawas. No? Naka? So, this is x. Notice that when this is frictionless, you get back kanisya, right? Ma-zero man eh. Right? If mu s is 0, so frictionless, what do you get? This one. So, this one is much more general. Okay? Now, if you argued otherwise, if you argued that no, friction is going here because it is actually helping the weight in in resisting the elastic force. If you argue that way, unsay ma-change? Mahimo ni og plus, right? Mo plus ra ni. Yeah, it becomes a plus. Kaning dire. So either way, it's that's why it's quite maybe plus or minus. Okay? For problems like this, for friction, you put it plus or minus, unless it's very obvious. Okay? Unless it becomes very obvious. Meaning, if nanay movement, then you can no longer argue that, di ba? Okay, nanay movement. So friction is really on the, it's actually opposing the gravity. But the problem is when we are if we are in statics. Okay, nasabtan niyo yun eh. Now, let's have this one. This is a problem. This is theta. We can think of this as 60 degrees. And then you have a spring that stretches. This is the equilibrium of the spring. This is of height, let's say, h equals 2 meters. And then, what I would do is put a mass on this one. But, okay, let the spring to be 5,000 newtons per meter. I'll put a mass here, but I'm going to, I'm going to stretch the mass up to this one dire. I'm going to force it paana dito. Okay? Now, there's a problem here. Because we have to know unsay deformation sa spring. Because maybe this is, we have to find the equilibrium position of the spring. We have to be sure that putting the mass here, that the equilibrium is somewhere dire. Somewhere here. No? We have to know that the equilibrium is somewhere here. Because what happens if the equilibrium is somewhere here? Then, if we release that one, it will not be fired. It bubusa dito, right? Nasabtan ninyo? Okay? So, this is just common sense. Let's look at the equilibrium. Tanaw nato. What is the equilibrium? Tanaw na sa nato. If we put a mass on this one, a mass, and then just let it, no? Iana lang nato, di ba? It will really compress. Okay, yung sa ganito, ganiha, x is equal to mg sine theta over k. So this is now, our mass is 100 meters. 100 kilograms. 100 kilograms. So that is now 980, tama? mg times sine of 60 degrees over 5,000. Pila? Ah. 0.1697 or 17. 0.17. So that means it's less the, if this is 2, this must be pila. Well, you can solve that one, di ba? We can think of this as D, kanino, this one D. So this is equal to h over sine of 60 degrees. Okay? So, it's just 0.17. So, nara dire, right? Okay, nakuha? It's just somewhere here. This is the 0.1697. So, the height now is, wala pa kabot og 2, sure ta. Right? So, we can now stretch that one. That means we have to add force. Okay, question now. In order to stretch it up to this point, we need to apply something, right? At we have to ana nato siya, no? What is that force? Okay? When we put the mass, we force the mass. Okay? What is that force? So, to solve that, ato ni siyang kuan diri, no? We have this as our kuan. Where is the equilibrium? There. But where is it? Because it says that this is 0.7. So meaning the equilibrium is somewhere here. We need to find this, right? What is D? What is D? What is D? Ha? 2.31 meters. That means that pila ni siya? Because gikan ni siya sa pinakataas, right? Okay. Okay, I'll change the mass. I'll make it 300 para mas exciting. I'll make it 300. Okay, we'll change this one. Just for illustration. I'll make it 300. So, pila ni siya? 300 times 9.8. 300 times 9.8. O, pila ni siya? Over 5,000. Pila karon? Ha? 0.51. Okay, this is much better. So, 0.51 is somewhere here, no? So, what's the equilibrium? Still 2.30. I mean, this one right here is 2.31. So, i-ana nato siya dito, okay? 2.31. So, that means, what is our deformation? This is our elastic force, right? It's going because the equilibrium is somewhere here. And here is the weight. Tama? But now, in order to do that, we have to help the weight, right? We have to add something. So, we have to push this one. We can call this the applied force. That is the question. What is now the applied force in order to push this one sa dire? Okay, nakuha? What is that applied force? So, that's what we are looking for. That's now is FA. Right? So, here we are just along X. Summation of FA equals, summation of Fx is Fe minus Fa. Okay? Minus weight X equals 0, right? We are solving for that Fa. Do we have Fe? Right. Fe is, what is X here? What is our X? Our X is just equal to 2.31 minus 0.51, right? Okay? 2.31 minus 0.51. Ila? 1.80. So, we now, okay, this is just Kx minus Fa minus, this is mg sine of theta equals 0. So, Fa is just equal to mg sine theta minus Kx, right? So, what is that? Ay, wait. Balik ta di ay. Bali, mahimo ning minus, kaniyang mo plus, no? Kay, yan naman nato siya dire. How much? Use X. Bugay yung calculate oy. mg is 300. M is 300. Calculate. Bugay makakalculate na. Di mo ka balo mo butang mo ano sa calculator?
6,450.
Pila? 6,453 newtons. Sa uban. Okay. Ano yun eh? Just mg sin theta, negative mg sin theta plus kx. Okay? So sakto ni siya. Oh, 1.8 because it's a stretch by 1.8. Ha? Nasa decimal nga 0.89. Oh, 0.9 newtons. Okay. So, that is the force needed in order para ato siyang mauplok dito sa, okay, to compress the spring. Now, sa ato pa, the equilibrium of the spring is not on the edge but somewhere just here. I designed it that way because I want, anyway, mas ano ni siya. Now, we release it. Suddenly, we remove FA. Suddenly, FA equals 0. Now, what would happen is that this will, muana siya dito, right? And then, pag abot dire is that it will go, as soon as it leaves the inclined plane, it will be converted into a projectile motion. The question now is, from here, okay? What is now unsa sa kalayo? What is this distance? Okay? That is what we want. Okay, nakuha ninyo? From here, from the edge, because it will, wala siya, mutira, di ba? And then as soon as it leaves the board, it becomes a projectile motion. But before we get into the projectile motion, what we need is we want to find the velocity just at the edge. So I'll do that one. 0.51 to, no? Okay, kani siya. We have two parts here. Point A, when the mass is here. Point B, as soon as it reaches equilibrium. And point C, as soon as it leaves. Why do we need to divide this one? Because here, how many potential energies do we have? We will use conservation of energy here. How many potential energies do we have? From A to B, we have two potential energies. Okay? What is that potential energy? Gravitational potential energy and the elastic potential energy at A. At B, the elastic potential energy now becomes 0. Okay, because the video was cut tungod sa okay. This I don't know asa siya nag-end, but I'll just repeat. This is the inclined plane. We divide the inclined plane into three points, A, B, and C. Why is that? Because at point A, we have two potential energies. There are two forces involved here, weight and elastic force. At point B, that's the equilibrium. There is still the elastic force, but it's equal now to 0. Because there's no deformation, right? Kx, x equals 0 at this point. Pag abot dire, there's no, unsay may tabo? The elastic force, the spring cannot cope up. So that means that the mass will move much faster. Let's just assume. So the spring ends right here. And pag ana dito, the spring now will cannot cope. If the spring moves paani dire, it cannot cope up with the mass. Okay? Although the mass will slow down. Ganun mo slow down siya dire? Because at this point, there's the weight, there's acceleration on this direction, right? So that will slow down a bit. Okay? But not enough for the spring to cope up. Let's just assume that. So that means on throughout this transition, there's no elastic force. There's no stretching. Nakuha? It will be detached because wala siya na-lock dito, no? Wala lock. It will be detached. So that means we need to find two velocities. The velocity here and the velocity right there, right when it leaves C is the edge of the inclined plane. Because after the inclined plane, the motion is projectile. Okay? And we are asked to find this displacement here. Okay? So we need to find VB and BC given that VA is 0 because we just release it. And then, yan na to, no? So the potential. So that means, okay, what is now the potential energy due to the elastic force? Again, what was the potential energy? Yan na to. The potential energy U is the work done by F dot dr, negative. Or kung tanaw nimo, negative delta U is just that, right? In this case, this is integral of kx, that's the force, and then our ano is dx, just linear, right? And I'll just, di na ako ni siya i-ano mathematically, basta, when you solve this one, this is runs from the zero potential, actually, take this as the potential energy. This is from the zero potential to some x. Okay? That's how you solve the potential, integrate the potential energy. You are integrating it from the point where the potential is 0 and then moving it to a point, any x, where the potential is any potential. So that means it is 0 when x equals 0. So this is 0 to x. So 0 to x. So this is just equal to 1/2 kx squared. Okay? Just as 1/2 kx squared. So this is now the potential energy of elastic. This 1/2 kx squared is what we call the elastic potential energy. The elastic force is, take the negative, di ba? What is the force? Di ba, ana to last meeting, that is the gradient, the negative gradient, or the negative derivative. Take the derivative of this with respect to x, negative. Di ba you get negative kx? Nakuha? Okay. That's why, muna ang kuha niya. So I'll erase this one. 1/2 kx squared is the elastic potential energy. So, we will use now the energy at A is equal to the energy at B. What's the energy at A? 1/2 mVA squared plus the elastic potential energy. 1/2 K x squared. What is x right here? X here is this one. This is not 2.31 but 1.8. Tama? 1.8. And then, plus mgHA. But this is 0, right? HA, we set this to be our 0. Okay? And this is equal to 1/2 mVB squared. Plus, what is the potential energy? The elastic potential energy. This is 0, right? Plus, what is the potential energy? This is mgHB. We already know what's HB, right? What is H? Well, we can calculate HB. Since this is 1.8, what is HB? What is HB? HB is X sine of theta, right? Sabta ninyo? Nakuha ninyo? Kani siya is, okay, again, erase na po, off na po. But ito ya, tuloy-tuloy na because na storage. Okay, X sine theta, right? Muna siya. Okay, along the way, you have to analyze what's going on. You have to understand every step of the problem. Do not memorize solution. Okay? It doesn't happen sa ako. nakita ninyo yung mga quizzes, di ba? Okay. So, mao gyapon na mo na may tabo ninyo. I mean, I think it's a good training if you deal with it. Pero pag gusto na mong memorize og kuan og solution, mo na ano nga pang memorize na pud yung grado. And ang usa may grado nga dali i-memorize. Unsa man? 5. 4, 5. Okay. So, nakuha. So, this is HB. We have HB, right? What is this? 1.8 times sine of 60. 1.50. We'll use kani-ganing upat ka decimal place because para dili nato 1.55 8 1.5588. Sayang. No? Dagan kayong mga gigutom. Unya, imo lang sayangan ng imo lang i-round off diretso. Kuripot. Hindi, kuripot ko basta dili pa final. Dapat kay kung mag-round off mo diri, ground off man gud ta. I can do this without rounding off. Di na lang siguro ako ray ani, no? Ako lang i-derive. From here, what do we get? Para dili na mag-round up, I'll take this. This is HB. Meaning it's already solved. We have already a value. Let's just plug in that one later. So, I'll express this in terms of x, no? Because is x even given? No, wala, no? Yeah, actually x is not given. What is given is 2, right? But we can solve x. What is x? X is, ano sa ganito? Kato ganing, how did we solve x? mg sin theta, tama? mg sin theta. mg sin theta over k. So sa ato pa, yeah, that's mg sin theta. So this is now based on the given, right? So this is now mg sine squared. So ato pa hb is equal to, here hb now becomes mg sine squared theta over k. That's now hb, right? Okay. That is now hb. Okay. So what is bb? This is 0. This is 0. What is bb? bb squared, we don't need bb squared lang sa, that is, now this becomes kx squared plus minus mgx sine of theta. I'll just use this one, diba? hb, mgx sine of theta, right? And x is already given. Pwede na nimo i-substitute ra nimo ni siya dire, and then you can factor that one out. Can we do this algebraically? Maybe we can simplify further para derive na lang nato ba? Okay? This is k, what is x? No. What's x sa mg sin theta? No, not x is not mg sin theta. X is forced here. We force it. It's not the equilibrium. It's not mg sin theta. X is, we forced it. It cannot be given by a formula, right? We force it to, iana nato. So, just x. Okay, sorry. This is not, just x, no? Meaning, it's just, x is given. One of the given. Because we forced it. What is mg sin theta is, katong giano manggod nato is, because the ramp is, the ramp is 2. So that means, i-calculate nato asa taman. Where, up to what point mo ang spring, right? And then, times sa murag nawala ko. The spring was dito, no, dayon ito ato siyang gibaba. Actually, it's no longer relevant. Dili na gid siya actually. It doesn't, murag pwede ra nato ni siya extend dito without solving that. Just to be sure lang diya ito ganiha. Just to be sure kung naabat na sa kuha, no? Okay? Ay, okay. Sorry. There's something wrong. Hindi ko na ano. The equilibrium, okay, sorry. I force the equilibrium to be here. Okay, I lost track of what's being solved. But anyway, masabtan man ninyo. Okay, balik ko na to ha. The equilibrium is actually, the original problem, the equilibrium is really kani. We assume that this is the spring is right here by equilibrium, no? 2 meters above. So this is pila to 2.31, no? 2.31. What h did we use? Kani 2, no? Okay, 2.31. Katong dire is not the equilibrium. That's the equilibrium when we put the mass, not the equilibrium of the spring. Okay, I forgot that. Sorry. So, by that, this is no longer, dili na ni siya. Because point B is not the equilibrium of the spring. It's the equilibrium when we just let the mass slide down. Nakuha? Okay, sorry. So, this changes. The equilibrium now, because I think, the original in the problem is that I forced the equilibrium to be here. Okay? And, nakuha ninyo? So, sa ato pa, our x now would be just this. This is the full x. Not 1.81, sorry. Not 1.81. Okay, it's 2.31. Kaya naaman sa taas ang equilibrium, I forgot that I force, okay, ano ko ani, no? Nakuha, balik ko na ko ha. Kaning point B ganiha, it was the question and not actually connected. Because nag-detour ko gamay, no? I made some detour and then I forgot nga detour di ay siya. What happens if mura lang tog kanang, if we force it here, because I was afraid maybe the equilibrium is somewhere here. Tama? Gi-check lang nato kung asa nahitabo ang equilibrium. And we've proven that equilibrium when the mass is there. Okay? So it happens here. So we are safe. The problem is, na-appeal na ko na sa kuan. So actually, the stretch that we're talking about is this is the x. And that x is 2 over sine of 60. Okay. So, ato na ni siyang kuan, no? This is now point B. So, this is just 1/2 m VA squared plus 1/2 kx. In what is x? Kani. Okay? Squared plus mgha, which is again 0 equals 1/2 mvb squared plus 0 plus 2. mgh. What is h? 2. Right? It's 2. H is equal to 2. And this one is 0. So that VB squared is equal to kx squared minus mgh. Notice here that the mass no longer cancels out. It will be mass dependent. During a system, no? It will be mass dependent because, of course, the reaction of the spring is mass dependent. Because the force that is being sa spring is dependent also on the mass. That's why this now system is mass dependent. mgh. Or this is h over sine theta, tama? X squared is h squared over sine squared theta. I'll just use X is given. Ano say given dire? X, H, and M. And of course, theta. Okay. Dito na takaron sa dire na. Pag projectile nato, then all we have is what's the projectile? We have an initial velocity V naught is equal to VB, right? With an initial angle of still 60. Ang question is, what is X? When we are looking for X when Y equals 0, right? What is X when Y is equal to 0? We have Y of X, right? But lisod kayo pangitaw ng invert. So what we will do is just solve the time to reach the ground. Okay, what is the time to reach the ground? We have now Y minus Y naught equals V naught sine theta T minus 1/2 GT. Okay, so wala tayo choice. We really have to put the numbers here. Okay? We'll just put the numbers. What is VB? Because ato ni siyang what is VB? Kindly solve VB. Square root of this. X is equal to 2.31. H is 2. M is 300. K is 5,000. Kindly solve that one in your calculator. Ha? Saman. Pila? 144? Paso ito suga. Square root na na? Yes, sir. The square root na? Yes, sir. Okay, 2 meters. So yan, ikali. Suga eh. Ayun, a spring of 5,000. So grabe gid siya. Makapatay gid ni. You have a mass of 300 kilograms living at 144. That's meters per second. That's actually pila 5 times the speed of that's pila na siya mga around 100 that's around mga 500 kilometers per second per hour. It's very fast. This is like a cannon. Apa? Pila 144 point 1.4.2 meters per second. That's my initial velocity. So, this is 0 minus pila 2 equals times sine of 60 pila. Sine of 60. 0.9 t minus 4.9 t squared. So we are solving the equation 4.9 t squared minus 124.9 t minus 2 equals 0. Find t. Pila? Pila? Ha? 25.50 seconds. So we can calculate x, right? X now is equal to V naught cosine theta t, right? Theta is 360, so this is now 144.2 times cosine of 60 degrees times 25.5, and we get our x. Pila? Ha? 1 meters. About 1.8 kilometers, no? 1.84 kilometers. So, yeah, layo siya maabtan. Well, you can now calculate the maximum height, right? I will not, you can now, I will ask you to calculate for the maximum height. Okay, nasabtan na siya ka problem? Okay, now let's have some more problem on this. Like, suppose na kay spring, there's a mass of, let's say, 1 kilogram. Giana ni mo siya dito, and then the spring originally here. You deform it by, let's say, 0.5 meters. Giana ni mo. And then, release. Release. And then the K is 500 Newton per meter. The question is, what is the maximum height of, this is the ground, no? This is the ground. This is the ground. Giana ni mo ang mass, giuplok ni mo siya dire. So this is now the spring. The spring has deformed by 0.5 meters from the equilibrium. The question is, pag ana ni mo, if you release this one, it will go ana, and then what is now the maximum height? Okay? Now, how do we solve this? Well, let's label again A, B, and C, the maximum height. Okay? C is the maximum height. So, maura gihapon, 1/2 m VA squared plus 1/2 KX squared plus MGHA equals 1/2 m VB squared plus 0 na siya dire plus what? This is we can call this X. Why X? Because pag abot diri, that X is just 4.5, diba? Nakuha? Nasabtan? So let this to be our X. So given X. So this is just X. Nakuha? MGX. So say given diri, the given is the mass, X, M and X, and K. Okay? So MGX. Nasabtan nga ng MGX ni? Okay, this is 0 because we set this to be our 0. And then this is also 0 because it starts at rest. We fired it. And what do we have now? Again, VB squared is just equal to KX squared minus MGX, right? Now, what is now the maximum height? Okay, pag diri na punta, B to C, right? So, 1/2 m VB squared plus MG X, what's the height at B? X. No more potential energy. Equals 1/2 m VC squared plus MG H. H now is what we are looking for. This is H, right? That's the maximum height. We evaluate the maximum height. And we want to express H in terms of the given. Now, BC is 0, right? We are at the maximum height. What is, cancel ang M, no? Cancel ang tanang M. So that this is now, cancel. multiply everyone by 2. So, BB squared na lang din, no? KX squared minus MGX. Kani kay mahimong GX. So, plus 2GX, right? Nay M diri. Okay? Plus diri kay kani mawala man ang M diri god, no? M. Ay, yeah, 2GX lang siya. Times sa. The unit becomes incompatible. Wait lang. Wait ha. VB squared is KX. Yeah, M. Ay, wait, times sa. Okay, I think something wrong, ganiha. Wala din ako na ano, no? Kindly correct, ganiha. Naani siya K over M. That's K over M. Wala na ako na-divide. Because you need to divide it by M. Right? Itong VB squared ganiha, di ba KX squared minus, natingala ko kay nganong nakuan raman. Ganiha kay KX ra, no? I forgot because napay M naka-attach. Right? Nay M. I forgot. Kindly check the algebra back sa video. Katong dito. There should be K over M diri. Or we can call this omega. Kanang omega later, not in this topic, in our next topic, when we get into harmonic oscillation, this omega will become important. Omega squared, actually. I'll just use a different, ano na lang, no? That's omega squared. I'll use what? Sige, K over M lang yun para klaro. Because omega is square root of K over M. It will become important later. Kay naday M diri, I forgot to divide that one. Natingala ko anong na may kuan. Now, VB squared, mag-cancel. So, VB squared, K over M, mo ni siya may tabo. Wait lang ha. 1/2 VB squared is K over M minus MGX plus so, wait lang. So, mawala po dahil ni siya diri. Okay. Pastilan. Mawala po siya. Kaya pag-divide og M, mawala man eh. Pag-divide ni mo og M later, na kay MGX, right? Tama? Same katong ganiha. Same. This is very same. Okay? Na MGX ganiha. Tingala ko, murag add man. There's something odd about the ano. So, wala lang po ko because I was, kaya magkumpiyansa lagi ta. So, there's something odd. So, this is K over MX squared minus GX. Dili na ako na ano, kaya nag-incompatible na mo ng unit niya. Ano man eh. So, mawala ang ano dire. So, what happens is kani, no? Nakuha. So, sakto ni siya. And then, this becomes now 2GX. Kaya, multiplied it by 2. Kanang mahilig ko mag-shortcut gani niya, matamatahon ba? Okay? So, mauna ni ang BB squared, right? This is what's BB squared. And then, ang 2, asa na padulong? Kani, 2GX. Okay? Ang M, nag-cancel na ganiha. And then, this is 0. So, this is equal to, okay, magwala na po ng M dire. Okay? So, this is GH. So, well, I will have now my maximum height, right? Tama? All I have to do is divide it by G. So, this is just 2GX. So, may mong minus GX, right? No, plus GX. No? Divided by G. So, H is just equal to K over KX squared over MG plus X. Like square root? Wala. And notice that, yeah. Sabtan? Okay, nasabtan ninyo? And how about if, okay, let's take the problem. Okay, this is a mass of M, and then you stretch the spring, the spring was, kani. You stretch this by again 0.5. This is a straight, lang, no? No friction, conservative system. It becomes very difficult when it's when we are in a conservative system. So the question is, what is the maximum height it will be, okay, before it will stop? The mass is M. Let's say mass is 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram. And then this is, you stretch this by 0.5. Again, K is equal to, let's take 500 Newton per meter. What is the maximum height it can climb? Okay? So, 0.5. Let's take this as our X, no? Now, this is a conservative system. The velocity, pag abot ni mo dire, this is point A, point B, and point C. Nakuha? A is the stretch, B is the equilibrium, and after that, regardless of that, mag-unsa man yung usay problem, usay path dira. This is a conservative system, doesn't matter, right? Bisan pag buhatan pa natin, mag-ana pa na siya dire. This is the maximum height as long as mo ana ra pud na siya dire, right? This is a purely conservative, no energy loss. So our A, B, and point C, which is the maximum height. What is now the maximum height? If we stretch it by 0.5, okay? So, okay, a mass of 100 kilograms. So, again, 1/2 m, this is our zero height, so 1/2 m VA squared plus 1/2 kx squared. Our x is 0.5 plus mgh. And this is 0, right? No potential energy there. So, plus 0 equals 1/2 m VB squared plus no potential, no elastic equilibrium, right? How about the potential? 0. So, there. This is also 0. So, what is our BB? VB squared is equal to K over M X squared. That's our, and then what's the maximum height? Well, B to C. 1/2 m VB squared plus 0, right? Potential. Okay? Equals 1/2 m VC squared plus mgh. This is now what we're looking for, that height. This is h. And this is 0, right? At maximum height, that is 0. So that, cancel lang m. H is just equal to what? 1 over 2g VB squared equals h. So h is equal to what? Okay, 1 over 2, K over 2mg x squared. Tama? That's it. Ay, times sa. Oh, walay 1/2, no? Sakto ba? Walay 1/2 dire ba? 0, 0. Yeah, walay 1/2 km. Dayon, this is 1/2 mbb squared. So, na 1/2 na nabilin. Yeah, kindly check the algebra sa ato ang ipang-solve. Ano yung buhaton? And this is what you will do. Sa video man god, you watch the video and then solve on your own. Dili kay magtanaw mo dito, maglurat na inyong mata. Magpitok-pitok. You solve. Kasi naaman ang once, okay, nahuman na, nasabdan ninyo, okay, solve daw, kamo lang. Kung makaya ba ninyo reconstruct. Kung ma-reconstruct na ninyo, tanang, mo ganing ga-derive ko, kay para logically maano ninyo siya logically. Nasabtan? So that's what that's a technique in studying. Ayaw mo pag ano lang sa problem, kadaghanan ginabuhat sa uban. This is the common mistakes of engineering students. I've taught engineering, dili lang sa basic na physics na fundamental, but I've taught engineering sa advanced nga mga engineering. Engineering electromagnetics, thermodynamics, engineering mechanics, nakatudlo ko na sa una, dili sa CMU. And isang ang ginaano gyud, they wait on the problems and thinking that by practicing the problems, everything will be okay. I'm not saying that it's not good. It's good also to go to focus on the problem. But the thing is, you have to know the derivation. Our discussion is, I derive everything. Because pag abot man gud ninyo, when you get into more complicated problems and you do not understand the concept, balihon na siya mo, bali po din yung utok. Okay? So what you're going to do in our video is, I derive everything. You watch it. Okay, not because you have already understood the derivation, it doesn't mean that you have understood everything. You can go back and, okay, this is what you're going to do. Okay, this was the derivation. If you arrive at the same, okay, that means okay na ka ato. And once you get that, you will never forget that. Unlike memorizing problem, if you keep on memorizing problem, what if the problem changes? What if the focus is different? And this is actually the trouble I see with a lot of engineering students. It seems that when they have a formula, they can solve okay na once can I formula. I'm not saying that all are doing that, but many are doing it. Formula based. I remember sa engineering electromagnetics. It was an electrical engineering class. Sir, sa bagay formula ana. Unsa formula ana? I mean, we were talking about Gauss's before Gauss's law. No, the formula is simple. But if you apply that one to more complicated problems, lots of problems kung wala formula, you have to derive. Do not be a formula-based student. Do not be a formula student. Because in deriving the formula, there are assumptions. If I change the problem into a different assumption, that formula will no longer hold. Maogid ng inyong naon. So that's what you're going to study. We have everything. The lecture, I derive everything. That's why I call this as a first principles approach. Tanan can be derived by mere logic, by mathematics. Walay gap. So that means that you can trace everything. Do not memorize formulas por Diyos por santo. Okay? Daghan kay nga kuan ana. Sir, murag feeling lang na sila formula, masolve na nila tanan. No. I'm not doing that to my class. Except lang yun, pag dili yun na yung mga uban nga, some formula here, maybe, no, actually, I don't know, I can think of one. Maybe na isa, nga, or duha, nga the derivation you have to go advance in order to karon KX akong gihatag. There's a derivation on that, pero what I give you is a heuristic. That's what we call a heuristic derivation. Heuristic. I think I'm using the word correctly. Heuristic. We derive the KX as heuristic, not as a derivation. There's a derivation on that, a mathematical derivation. Okay? Nganong KX na siya. And it's a very beautiful derivation. But what we did with KX is a heuristics, meaning we use kaning empirical nga mga arguments, observations, or something like from empirical nga arguments in order to derive KX. So at least there's that understanding. And now by doing it, at least sabalaan ninyo that spring force, elastic force is not just equal to KX. Common misconception, elastic force is KX. No. It's an approximation. If you have seen the derivation on that sa actual, I have a video on that. Giderive na ako na siya, pero sa advanced mechanics tamo, theoretical mechanics. You can look at, I think, theoretical mechanics lecture 18 ba to? But there's a lot of things that you have to balikon para masabtan ninyo. The derivation is, pag-abot dito, there was an assumption nga kani siya nga mauning nakahitabo. So it's in order to linearize things. Okay? In reality, it's not absolutely, nawala na. Ay, mo na to, no? Okay. So what we have is that the total energy of the system is the energy, the total potential energy is the potential energy, the sum of each potential energy. A particle or a system can have what? It can have multiple potential energies. Due to what? It's in living in a gravitational field and with also an elastic force in it. Okay? What if naanapod na siya like another when we get into finals, so pag-abot nato sa electricity and magnetism, you will encounter another potential there. The electric potential energy. And dito doon nakaklase nga potential, na potential energy o na potential lang. That's why it's much more difficult to deal with that one because we have to deal with vector fields. Okay? So, mauna ang kuan karon. So, that's why you need to understand the concept. And I think, bayon sa babay, wala na ako nakuan ani. Hanging, and ana, blah, 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 katong dire. I don't want to put friction there. Kung pag friction, it becomes a non-conservative system. Okay?